Next, I want to start adding some functionality to the game. So we're going to start doing a few mechanics, and the first one I want to do is to have our character shoot some sort of projectile. So what I'm going to do is, in this blank space up here, I'm going to right click, I'm going to insert new object, and I'm going to insert a sprite, and I'm going to call mine projectile. And then I'll click, and I've still got the collision editor on. And I'm just going to make something really simple. So I'm going to select yellow and orange. That looks okay. And, oh, ignore that. I'll give it a border thickness of 3. And if you hold shift, it will make a perfect circle. I actually want it the other way around, so I want it like this. Sure, something like that. And then I'm gonna press this button here to crop the transparent edges so that it wraps the collision around just the ball. And there we go. Now, compared to the player, that's quite large in it, so I'm gonna scale that down a bit to something like that size. I'm happy with that. Now, I'm going to keep this projectile, but I'm going to drag it off of the screen. We need at least one projectile in the level to be able to spawn it repeatedly. So make sure that you've got one just sat in this blank, empty area. Now, we're going to add a behavior to it, and that behavior is going to be one called bullet. So we're just going to go down, movements, bullet. And this just means that when the level starts, it's just going to fire off in whichever direction it's facing, which will be important shortly. So now we're going to head over to our event sheet, and this is where we're actually going to program in some logic. So up at the top, you should have an event sheet one. If you don't have it up here, like if you accidentally pressed X and got rid of it, you should see it on the right-hand side under your event sheets. And if you double click on it, it'll open up. So now that we're on this screen, we need to add an event. Now, it's really important that you understand that events are things that lead to actions. So on here, you can see it gives you a bit of an example. So the condition or the event is that a bullet collides with a monster, and then the action is that the monster and the bullet gets destroyed. So we're going to add this condition, this event, by pressing this up here. And then we want it so that our character spawns a projectile. Now, there's one more thing that I forgot to do because it's a little bit strange. But we need to go back to our layout, right-click, and insert new object. And we actually need to add, if you scroll down to input, we need to add a mouse. You need to do this for some reason to be able to like do events to do with the left and right click. Similarly, if you were going to have keyboard key commands, you have to add in a keyboard as well. So I'm going to just quickly add in both a keyboard and a mouse. It'll just make it easier in the future. I'm not going to name them, I'm just going to leave them as keyboard and mouse. And then I'm going to come back over to the event sheet, add event, and now you can see that we've got a keyboard and mouse available to call events from. So what we want is, we want it so that when we click our mouse, so our left mouse button, we're going to fire a projectile. So we're going to select mouse, and then we're going to do on click. And then you'll see we have some options. So you can select the various different mouse buttons, and you can select between a click or a double click. I'm going to leave mine on left clicked. And you'll see up here, we've got our event, and then we've got actions that we can add to it. Now, with the free version of the software, you'll see here that we only have a limited number of events. Again, that 50 events should be more than enough for you to achieve either, whatever you need for the assignment. But like I say, if you need it, we can give you a key that will give you the premium edition for free, and you won't have to pay for it. That is for my students at the college. That's not for everyone, unfortunately. So on left button clicked, we want to add an action. And what we want is for our player. So we're going to select player, and then we're going to scroll down, and we want, where is it? We want under miscellaneous or under misc, there's a command that says spawn another object. You can also search in the top left, and it's pretty smart. If you search something like create or spawn, it comes up with it either or. It's pretty good at like predicting what you want. So we're going to spawn another object, and we're going to click and choose our projectile. Now, if we return to the layout and play, if I click, we're now spawning a bullet. Now, a couple of things that I want to do. So right now the bullet just spawns and fires straight forward. I want it so that the bullet will move towards where my mouse is. So we can add a second action on the projectile, and we can set its angle towards a position. So I'll just go back. So we added an action, selected projectile, and did set angle toward position. Now here we have to put in an X and Y coordinate. And all we need to do in here is we need to get our mouse, and we'll get its X position. So we'll do mouse.x. And then for the Y, we will do mouse.y. It's really important that you're using capitals and that you're spelling. If you're referring to something like your mouse or your keyboard or your player or anything like that, it's really important that you spell it the exact same as it appears on this right-hand side. It does sort of auto-predict, so if you start typing mouse, it comes up with it, and then you can just click on it or press enter. But if there's a capital M on mouse, you need to put a capital M here. So we're going to set angle towards our mouse. Now if I play, you'll see the bullet now comes towards me. Now, right now the bullet is just coming from the center of our player, which I don't really want it to do. So I'm going to double click on my player sprite, and I'm actually going to have it be, I think I'm going to have it be like a fireball that fires from his hand. So what we're going to do is, we're going to come to this left-hand side menu, and above the collision button, there's this one that looks like a little crosshair, and it says edit the image points if you hover over it. I'm going to click on that, and you see that we have one called an origin point. I'm actually, with this selected, you'll see that there's the little dot here. I'm going to move this so that it's in the center. Sorry about that. I'm going to move that so that it's in the center of my character, and that'll be important sort of later on. But I'm actually going to right click under the image points, and I'm going to add a new one, and I'm going to rename this to projectile spawn, and I'm going to select his hand, and you'll see that there's this little point here. I'm going to select a little bit in front of his hand so that it's not like overlapping him or anything. So it's going to come out of his, I guess it's his left hand. Is it his right hand or his left hand? I'm not sure, but imagine his face is here. So it's his left hand, right? So it's going to come out of his left hand. Now, if I go back to my event sheet and go back to this command where I spawn the projectile, I'm going to double click on that. And you'll see here we have an option for an image point. You can either give it a name, or you can select the number that was on it. So the origin is 0 and the projectile spawn is number 1. So you can either, you can either put number 1, which is easy, but you can also do projectile. You have to do it in quotation marks, and you have to do projectile spawn. the same way that you typed it. But I'm just going to leave it at number 1. And now, if we play, the projectile is coming from his hand rather than from the center of his body. I'm just going to quickly go and recolor this because I'm going to have it be a fireball instead. So I'm going to have it looking like... Yeah, probably more like that. There we go. So we've now successfully got a projectile firing from our character's hand.